Akane doesn't have to be executed. Ayumi-chan? And, of course, not me either. Ayumi-chan! Came in to try a last act, huh? It's not that. I just want to survive with Akane and leave this place. That's it. Your crime's already logical and there's nothing wrong. Do you think force will work? I'm not convinced. If I'm the culprit, you haven't proved it without a doubt yet. Isn't a trial supposed to be won after you convince the criminal to admit their defeat? You fool. What are you going to do? Does anyone know any evidence to satisfy this killer who talks like that? It doesn't matter if I tell you, but wouldn't it be less fun? What a slacker. It's a trial and you have to take it seriously, I tell you. It's all over anyway. I have to play around while watching this futile struggle. But there's no mystery to solve anymore. What are you planning to do now? Even if you say that, Ayumi-chan's words assume what if. Ayumi-chan is not saying they're the culprit. Nevertheless. That's hard.
Okay, then let's reorganize the case from the beginning. Then we may notice if something was missed. Let's go ahead.
Where are we going? Stay still, you crazy big guy.
One more. The definitive proof to convince Hachino. I think there is something left. If Hachino is convinced by saying this, if she's convinced, how should I react? Hachino is the culprit. Should I just accept that? Even so, I have no choice but to do it as long as I've come to this point. And then show them the proof of her crime. Okay. I'm not the killer. Think again, Maida. You have to because you're an athlete, and it's always the athletes. Give up, Laura. Oh my god, this is going too fast. Ah! It goes way too fast. Okay. Okay. That's so frustrating. I guess I have to, like, really button mash. I got a game over because it's too fast. Oh boy. Too fast. You can't hurt yourself with that thing. Wait. Okay. That was like so hard because it goes so fast. If there's any person that hanging out with them gives me an ability to make that easier, please let me know. That's like the hardest mini game for me. Like how Kenji's made the rebuttal showdown super easy. I would love to know if there's one to make that easier. First, I want to ask Nori just to be sure. To me? Of course, where did Hachino say she's injured? Her thigh. More precisely, left side wide, leg laceration caused by hamstring injury, although... Hey, Maida, why are you asking this for all of a sudden while dealing with me? Are you giving up after all? Inori, that hamstring refers to a muscle that is important in keeping the leg straight, right? Where exactly is the location of that muscle?
Right. It's one of the 3 places that connects the hip with the leg. To put it simply, it's a muscle that is widely distributed. In the back of the leg, that's it. But what is this explanation for?
Hey, don't you talk about anything that doesn't matter, Maida. Since Ayame-chan is innocent, there's no more room for refutation anymore. Oh my god, shut up, Akane. No, this is important. Very important, in fact. Inori's words just had a decisive clue that Hachino's the culprit. Everyone heard what Nori said, right? Hachino's injury is on the back muscle of the left thigh. Yeah, the back. But then why did Hachino go forward to pick up a flashlight and the back of the thigh end up the hurt? Yeah, I thought that was weird. Okay. I never pointed that out, but I'm like, that's kind of strange place to get it. Like, what? Oh, it's true. I only cared that Hachino was hurt. I didn't think it was suspicious, but it's weird when you think about it. She stumbled forward, but she got hurt on the back of her leg. That's...
Well, even if I fall back, my nose breaks, but I guess this doesn't matter now.
I can't think of any other reason but one. Hachino, from the very beginning, on her own volition, she was caught deliberately in the trap to inflict a wound as fatal as possible.
Oh my god, then... It means that it was entirely self-inflicted. Really?
I don't know why you did that, but you may have been to pretend to be a victim and be less suspicious, it's my guess. That can't. No, something... There's gotta be a mistake. Huh, Hachino. I wish I was lying. Why, this is a choice. If you want to get out of the game, then just lie. Why didn't we make a conclusion now? I wasted enough time and I'm getting tired of various factors, such as the vitality of a cockroach of Tairakani and Tamura Kizuna, although I believe it's all over now. No. Something is wrong. Ayame-chan wouldn't do this. I mean that. Ayame-chan was never the type to kill. The person who's driven as a criminal is still there. Why are you upset? You just stay put. Taira, it's really hard to accept, but we have to accept the conclusions we've drawn, otherwise nothing will end, and nothing will begin. Now then, finally, let's do a final summary of all the events thus far, so that everyone can accept the answers we have presented. So everyone can choose. Climax reasoning. Yeah, I just need to remember the controls. Alright, let's go. In order to make it as if there's a fire, the culprit installed a fuse line and set it there. Tyra was in a state of panic when she saw blood on her hands. The culprit deliberately tripped over a wire that they had installed, but also left injuries so severe that they could not use their leg for the rest of their lives. Tyra came to the switch gym at someone's request. The culprit blocked a large amount of blood from dripping over the piece of cloth that covers their entire body. The people who discovered the fire put it out. Even the culprit was also involved. Okay. She looks so mad in that picture. So they're fighting, and the flashlight breaks, and it's gonna be the blood now. No, escape. It's this one. She's like, oh my god, I'm dying. I'm gonna stab you in the throat. Just like, I'm dead.
これが事件の前後だよ。
The start of this case begins after the first trial ends, and the second floor opens. It was a late night on the second day after she got out. At this point, there was someone who stopped by the antique shop for a purpose. She got some tools from the antique shop. The tools they brought this time were the fuse, lighter, and flashlight. Boom boom. Surprisingly, this person's identity was Tamori, who was also the victim of this incident. Now we know, but Tamori had been planning the murder this time. Yeah, even before we shared our motives. All of the tools she picked up earlier were tools that Tamori had procured and advanced for use in the murder. As a result, she died, and the real culprit of this case was the one who used the tools that she had prepared. However, on the morning of the third day, Otori, who stopped by the antique shop every time, must have noticed that some items had already been missing. Sadly, he didn't tell us because he thought it was a simple mistake and would have created confusion. So without anyone knowing, Tamori's murder plan proceeded slowly, and then Monokuma gave us the motive. As everyone knows, this motive was a note with our secrets, but it was a joke that nobody cared about. But only Tamori was different. Tamori thought she could use this motivational note, so she decided to add a step to her original plan. That's right, me. It was an operation to use the secret note of Yuki Maeda to capture Taira and join forces. Tamori told Taira to come to the Switchium alone, and Taira headed to that place without any doubt. Taira may seem a little petty, but in fact, she wasn't actually swayed. Tamori expected this to happen, and after the second day onwards, by acting weak, she wanted to weaken our boundaries. The appearance of being lonely, the appearance of hesitation, the appearance of accepting us with tears. It was only a fake scene to kill even a little more smoothly. That's the true nature of Tamori Kizuna. We were all fooled by Tamori. Taira, at the time, she wasn't wary of Tamori at all, so she went to the Dark Switchium. There, Tamori showed Taira a secret note and revealed a plan to kill me. Taira said that Tamori picked up a secret note that someone discarded from the trash can. It was written like this: Yuki Maeda may actually know the identity of the mastermind. Of course, this is not true, because I don't know who the mastermind is. But in order to kill me with that pretext, she needed Taira's help. Tamori tried to get Taira out like that. But Taira didn't follow Tamori's words. No matter what, murder shouldn't be done by anyone. When things didn't work out as intended, Tamori gradually began to reveal her nature. Once Taira refused, she couldn't let Taira leave, the one who had heard the murder plan. So instead, Tamori changed the target. The one she expected to refuse her was decided to be killed in front of her. Tamori ran into Taira without warning, but luckily Taira avoided the first strike. Taira panicked by Tamori's sudden attack. Taira tried to run away, but she was pushed by Tamori and fell. Then she tried to resist Tamori, swinging a knife right in front of her nose. In the process, the flashlights that Taira and Tamori had were broken by a struggle, and the Switchium, which lost its only light, they were struggling in the deep darkness. Several minutes continued during this fierce encounter, but at some point the struggle suddenly ended. I don't know why Tamori became quiet, but Taira, who was in danger of her life, decided to leave the Switchium because she wanted to get out of the situation. The first thing that Taira found out when she got out of the Dark Switchium in a bright spot was the intense color of blood. Taira only saw blood on her body. Of course, it wasn't her own blood, and instinctively realized that she had stabbed Tamori in the middle of a struggle without even knowing herself. Taira, who was shocked in fear and horror in her head, went to the bathroom. She thought about washing the blood quickly from her. But looking at Taira like this, the culprit perhaps found out what she had done. It is not clear whether or not they saw Taira in person, but the killer must have found Tamori within that short time after Taira left the power room. If someone other than the culprit in this case discovered Tamori, they might have saved Tamori by calling Inori, but the culprit in this case didn't have that thought in mind at all. In any case, the culprit who noticed the situation in the switchium must have found Tamori in a dying state caused by Tyra. Tamori tried to target Tyra, but she was forced to act as she did not die immediately. The reason for this can be found in the dying message she wrote. Tamori, realizing that she was going to die, wrote on the floor with her own blood to let us know the identity of the killer, who stabbed her. Not maid. In other words, to refer to the ultimate maid student, Tyra. The thought that passed by the killer's mind so far was not thinking of telling everyone to save Tamori. The thought of killing Tamori was that she couldn't breathe just so that they would blame the wrong person. For them, the killer committed a terrible act that was hard to think of as a human being. In order to give a certain final blow, they first pulled out the knife stuck in Tamori's stomach. It was already cruel enough to do this, however. They aimed the knife again at Tamori, just to put it back on her neck. In the process, blood spurted out like a fountain, but the killer was wearing a piece of cloth about the size that could cover them, preventing that blood from splattering them. In contrast to Tyra, who stabbed Tamori in an accident and unintentionally, you can see that it was an extremely premeditated crime. That's how Tamori lost her strength to live. Tamori thought about killing, of course, and even tried to kill Tyra. Still, she did not have to die so... Did she have to die so badly? Either way, the culprit who succeeded in killing Tamori through a fatal wound now was starting a backup operation. First, the killer installed the fuse, drawing a line around the walls of the switchium. I don't know where Tamori originally intended to use it, but they used the tools Tamori had. In the end, since Tamori prepared the tools, the killer themselves couldn't be suspected of this act. In actuality, we had a pretty hard time figuring out who brought the tools because of this. The fuse was installed mainly on the glass window as to not burn the equipment as much as possible, and then lit with a lighter. The lighter, who was originally brought by Tamori, and the reason the glass was made to break automatically was because when the temperature inside the switchium became hot after a certain period of time, using the temperature difference between indoors and outdoors. While the criminal themselves was with the others, if they heard the cracking sound, as long as they made them think someone inside the switchium broke the glass, the killer had the perfect alibi. This was the unusual structure of the switchium, and the glass window was cleared. It was possible because of the characteristics of the room, but this trick wasn't that meticulous. No one noticed the fire when the fire was being made. It was a futile trick. So the killer put the plan into action than anyone else. After completing the installation of the fuse, the criminal reported the fact of the fire with a loud voice, as if they were the fire discoverer. Some of the people who heard the sound came to the front of the switchium as the culprit intended. Those who heard the killer's voice at the time were Kinjo, Mekaru, and Uehara. Those three people At this point, three people who had not yet known that a murder had occurred decided to extinguish the fire first without even dreaming that they were with the killer. 3. No, even the killer came with a fire extinguisher from the hallway and started to extinguish the flames. But then, to us, the killer, to anyone, something unimaginable happened. Tamori, who must have had her throat pierced with a kitchen knife, was still alive. It's strange enough to say that it's a contradiction when you think about it in general, but Tamori, the victim, was holding on to a thread-like lifeline. And Tamori used all of her last strength. She corrected the dying message that wrote maid, with a large X next to it. In other words, it was telling us this, not the maid. I would have liked the killer's name instead, but just an X with the throat stabbed. It was already an incredible feat to do. After correcting the dying message, Tamori's life was gone. Bleeding because her heart was beating until then, the amount of blood increased more than that of an ordinary person, and thanks to that, we could prove Tamori was still alive. Of course, that would have been fatal for the killer, yes. Originally, only looking at the words made put Tyra in doubt. She could have done it, but because the X was left remaining for no reason, the elaborate plan was doomed to fail. Tamori, even though she tried to kill and she couldn't be forgiven, she acted. At the end of the day, she was trying to tell us the correct answer with all of her strength. and the situation goes back to the power room. When the fire was put out and the setup was almost completely staged, suddenly hearing the sound of glass breaking inside the switchium. This was done in the best conditions intended by the killer. Thanks to this, everyone thought someone inside the switchium broke the glass.
Ugh.
Everything was the way the killer wanted. The killer, who was on the scene at that time, I would imagine they had a smile of satisfaction. The three of them, except Uehara, who went to watch the entrance to check the sound, went inside the switchium. In there, saw Tamori's body. At that point, the body discovery announcement rang. The others, who heard the body discovery announcement, arrived one by one. Everyone gathered in the power room. Perhaps Tyra, who was in the position of the third party at this time, was most surprised because Tyra did not know the existence of the criminal. She thought she was the culprit, and yet a fire incident happened that Tyra herself did not know. So, when we received the molecular file and started investigating, the killer started the last act. First, the killer puts the third flashlight they used on the floor. The flashlight was also in a state of charcoal because it was caught in the fire. The reason why is because they threw something that catches our eye on the floor in order to create a certain situation. The killer installed a sharp wire in the way of the flashlight. As she talked as if she had found the flashlight and voluntarily walked to pick it up. Yes, even though she knows that they have a sharp wire installed. Here the killer deliberately gets caught in the wire trap and cuts her own leg. It was also precisely aimed at cutting the back tendon. I didn't even think of the time that the killer was going to cripple their own leg, although it was the culprit's intention to make us think so. One mistake of the killer here is that the rear tendon was cut despite walking forward. But I didn't even think about it because a person who saw an injured one at that time wouldn't think that. It must have been the culprit's idea, whose purpose was to get out of there. The culprit even gave up one leg of himself and showed a look of being a victim in all this. Thanks to it, we almost got hooked into thinking, would you cut your own leg? While staring at us, the killer would have been laughing inside. In this case, there were three people, including the killer, Tamori, and Tyra. But also, most of the suspicions went to Tyra, so the identity of the killer was ambiguous. However, as a result of matching Tyra's honest statements with various situations, we were able to uncover the identity of the killer. The criminal who tried to hide their identity by throwing away their leg. The perpetrator who committed such a terrible thing to Tamori. The identity of the culprit who was smiling with a smile of deceit, watching her actions behind the scenes. We're spinning. It's no one else other than you, Hatsuno Ayume. If you're an athlete in this game, you will die. That is the moral of the story. Do not do sports. How about it, Hatsuno? If you have anything to object to, please do.
No, wait a minute. Something is wrong. It's not like this. Really, what's not it? It's all decided. Shouldn't we see the end now?
No, it's not over. It can't be over.
But even if everything is correct and there's evidence, I can't convince myself. Hatsuno's the killer who murdered Tamori that way.
Damn it, Hatsuno.
Ooh. Damn it.
It's all over then.
No, Ayame-chan, please. Please tell them they're wrong. No. No. $905 points. Because you died more than once in the trial, you didn't get medals. That's so evil. I didn't get anything because this game is so... Whatever, I don't care about your stupid mono coins. I already have plenty. I died once because it didn't make sense. I died a second time because that game was so freaking fast.
Oh, what? Are you done? Oh, what the hell? You guys took so long that I was asleep in the middle of it. Nope, I never slept, Master Monaco. Did you sleep? Oh, no doubt. Okay, well, anyways, you guys seem to have come to your own conclusion, so it's okay to go into voting time soon. Now then, you guys, vote with the switch in front of your hands. As I said last time, we do not accept invalid votes, so press carefully. As a result of the voting, it will become the blackened, and the answer will be the correct answer, or the wrong one. Now, what will happen?
Like, I still think I have like 100 of those stupid coins left to use, so it's okay. Rip.
That's amazing, you're correct. Tamori Kizuna was terribly killed like that by the ruthless blackened, which is Ayame Hatsuno. That's the answer.
The answer? Did we do it? Did we get the culprit? Why is it the correct answer? I'm not happy to guess this, damn it.
Oh, by the way, the vote wasn't unanimous. Miss Tyre, no matter how much you want, it's voting on yourself. You don't want a suicide, okay?
Who would believe what you're saying? I can't admit. I won't admit.
It's a big deal, so be careful next time. Anyway, whatever you say, there's only one truth, and I said it right. I don't lie when it comes to class trials.
Is this real? Is Hatsuno really the killer?
Of course she is. I guarantee this. You guys said the answer, and you came up with it at the end. Right, this is nothing more than escape from reality.
It's a lie, right? Ayumi-chan?
Only the judge was talking. Everyone couldn't breathe. Because the result of the trial was so terrible.
Miss Tyre played the role of accomplice, so the case was extremely extreme, but it's also because the incident happened late at night.
Why, I ask? Why? Why did such a girl like you kill her?
You, watch your mouth, Kobashi Kawa-kun. This can't be true. How is Ayumi-chan a killer?
Oh my god, shut up, Akane.
We want to believe that, but...
Stop it, Akane.
Uh-huh.
Any more than this, and it's gonna only make it worse. I can't hide it anymore.
What are you talking about, Ayumi-chan? You can't hide it? Oh, if you say it like that, it makes you look like a culprit, you know?
I'm sorry.
You're sorry? Why are you apologizing? Why? Why?
Tamori was killed by me.
What? Yeah, well, you didn't have to make another announcement, because Monokuma already confirmed it. Why did you? Did you have to go as far as breaking your own leg?
Well, that's right. If the answer we came up with is correct, doesn't that mean we all said all our reasoning is correct?
We were asking to end the trial early so that we could heal your leg as soon as possible. If you're the killer, it doesn't make sense.
I don't believe it. I won't believe it. I can't believe this.
Yeah, in the end, you were also a murderer. It's surprising, but the word unexpected doesn't apply to criminals. Because even outside of these walls, there are piles of criminals who are doing heinous things with dismal faces. Why did you? I think that's what she said.
Please answer us. Why did you do that?
It's obvious. It's because I want to get out of here.
Huh?
Isn't that obvious? Other than that, there's no other reason to commit a murder. To get out of here and seek my freedom, I wanted to return to my usual daily living. I think she killed her so, Akane wouldn't be executed. Because they're like best friends. I think that's the real reason. That's why everyone has no choice but to sympathize. It was just the choice of murder as means.
OMG.
Except if she really didn't want to, I don't know, maybe, because she could have gotten Inami to help her if she really didn't want her. So I think part of it was she wanted to escape, the other part was for Akane.
Ooh, what did you just say?
You finally got my plan. I thought it was perfect because I could use Tyra Akane.
No, Hatsuno.
What? In the end, you were just the same person as Higa? Apparently if you're an athlete, you're evil.
This is what nature is, after all. Nobody can judge just by looks. Now, I must know the evil face that committed this murder.
Oh, you caught me. Oh, maybe I was wrong. Oh. This is Hatano's true nature? She just wanted to get out of here, and for that reason she killed Tamori? Or she's acting like this to make them feel better about killing her. Really? That's all? Something just doesn't feel right. As Kendra said, I shouldn't judge by appearance. This might be what Hatano really looks like, but what is this deep pain in my head?
I can't see with my eyes open anymore. Let's just end it.
End it? You mean the execution?
You were that kind of person, Hatano. For what the hell did we do this, damn it? On who did we trust for?
Wanna get us started.
Now, wait a second. Can't we finish things? Can we finish things like this? Can we really send Hatano like this?
Poor Maida, look at her. You may be right, but whatever you say to her won't work.
Execution. Unfortunate for me, it was a waste.
Hatano, is that really you? Are you saying you were pretending to be a human being?
Yes, this is the real me. I thought you guys were stupid, couldn't figure out my tricks, but I guess you weren't so bad after all.
What did he just say?
Hey, please stop, Hatano. If I look at Hatano's appearance anymore like this, I'll go crazy.
Hatano, you really don't have regrets? Are you satisfied with your actions? Of course, it's my execution. Come on. If you say regret, I couldn't get out of here. That's all I regret.
Lies.
What?
You wanting to get out of here. It's a lie.
What? You think you know me, don't you? It's not a lie. I did murder because I wanted to get out of here. That's all.
If you wanted to leave this place, you wouldn't have cut your own leg.
What? What do you mean?
Hatano did murder. That's correct. But there must have been another reason. You acting as a villain, but your body is trembling, Hatano.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think she wanted to protect Akane. Curses. What are you, an old-timey villain? Curses. How dare you call me out on my BS?
Then, the Hatano we just saw, she was just acting.
You mean she's acting crazy on purpose? So then, why did she really kill?
Kurokawa, I can't. Hatano? After saying that, Hatano's appearance returned to normal. At that moment, I felt the pain disappearing from my mind, and the sense of incongruity just before, was gone. My hands are already dirty, and it might sound like an excuse, but please let me tell you. This is how I committed my murder. I was running down the second floor corridor at the time of the incident. As you guessed, at the time I saw Akane running somewhere. She was going in such a hurry. I tried to talk, but then I realized Akane's body was covered in blood. I went into the power room where Akane had come out, with no doubt. I found that something had happened inside the switch room. I took a flashlight and hurried to check the condition inside, and Tamori was dying. And there was a knife stuck in her stomach, as you all said. Then why did you kill her there? You could have thought of a way to call the others and let Tamori live. Because that was not the case.
It was not the case?
According to the facts I've seen, when I discovered her, Tamori was almost dead. I knew she wasn't dead because she was breathing hard, but that was it. She was already on the brink of death. That was until she got killed by you. I was worried, anxious, and scared. If Tamori dies, Akane becomes the killer. It was a scary thought. I wanted to throw that thought away.
What?
At that time, I really wanted to think about it. That kind and good-natured Akane. Why would she stab Tamori? I learned that it was an accident, though, before the trial, but at the time, she had no idea. In my head, I just went like this because I only thought about Akane becoming the blackened of this case. I couldn't leave her alone. I couldn't leave my friend alone while knowing everything, throwing everything away for the sake of survival. Wait a minute, then the reason you committed murder was...
Ayumi-chan?
Because of me, to release me from becoming the blackened? Yup. I just couldn't stay put and watch Akane be executed for pretending I didn't see it. I also wanted to call Inori to heal Tamori. But if Tamori's breathing went out while I went to go get Inori, then Akane would have been executed without fail due to my mistaken judgment. I couldn't allow that to happen.
What?
I don't want to yell.
Then from the very beginning, you were thinking of dying instead of Tyra.
And that, including the cut on her tendon?
Well, that was to protect Tyra.
Be honest, do those two get shipped a lot? Because I kind of ship it. This is the truth. I just couldn't say I didn't know about my friend's crime. A sad tragedy born from friendship. For a while, no one could speak. Inside the courtroom, Tyra's wailing was the only voice ringing in our ears.
Was that really the only reason?
Yeah.
It is a commendable act to lay down one's life for others. It's not possible without some courage. That aspect deserved to be recognized. But if those were the only intentions to do that, it would not have been necessary to go to a trial like this, right? Even if you reveal the fact to everyone and accept the execution, your intentions do not change. But at the time of the trial, your appearance became as if you looked desperate.
Hey, Mekaru, if you say anything more to Hatano, I won't let it stand. Even if you're a woman.
I'm not scared of you, idiot, and shut up. I'm talking with Aime Hatano right now.
No, it's okay. Calm down, Kobashikawa. Sure, Mekaru, there was something else.
What else was there?
I didn't tell you this as it would sound like an excuse, as I said the first time. As Mekaru pointed out, doing this for Akane may have been just a pretext. I'll tell you everything. It can't be said there was no darkness in my heart. Somewhere in my mind, I was like, it's okay, because it's for Akane. But there was also the desire to get out of this place. It must have existed in my mind at one point.
It did? Oh, but even with your leg like this.
This was a meaning of apology to you guys if I succeeded in escaping. And even if my leg is paralyzed, everything is already too late.
What are you saying?
Motive. The first motive that we got when Maki was murdered. The outside world I saw there was a terrible world that couldn't even run properly.
Huh? How is that possible? So in the end, the initial motive was the driving force too.
Other than me, my coworkers and rivals, they can't even walk anymore. But if that's the case, what's the use of getting out of here with my legs fine?
What? How did that happen?
Hatano, what happened? I thought the video was just a manipulation. And I thought Hatano would be the first to run non-stop and never be fooled.
I know, but I wanted to check if it was real. Until I saw it with my own eyes, I was nervous. And every day, it drove me crazy. This wasn't recent. From the time Maki died, I've been running around in my head. I had nightmares every night, and I was always confused when I was with her. All that can be said of me is the fact that something had gone blank. I wanted to see it with my own eyes. No one objected to Hatano. The feeling Hatano felt was exactly the same as me. Because I still remember my family. And when I was alone, I couldn't stay still because of anxiety. After all, every breath was about the motive again and again. We were vigilant about that new motive, called the secret note, but the motive that I was given the first time, no matter how many new motives come out, it did not disappear. The intense image was clearly stuck in our minds.
I understand the feeling, but you were weird. I don't feel a strong will like Mitsuhiro Higa. The desire to go outside.
Was it a conflict?
Conflict.
Will you lose us for the chance to leave outside? Would you accept death for your dear friend Tyra? You were in conflict, weren't you, Hatano? It wasn't as big as that, but by the time Maida appointed me as the culprit, I'd already given up on escaping. After everything was revealed. But the reason I got ugly and struggled until the end, it was because of Akane. I was relieved to learn that it was only an accident that Akane stabbed Tamori during the trial, because I knew Akane was the way I knew her. Even though, after I was driven as the culprit, Akane tried to deny my crime more severely. To me, the culprit, to prevent me from being executed. I am the one that betrayed you all and committed murder. I'm a little happy inside, like I wanted Akane not to die. She has the same mind too. More than that, how disappointed Akane would be if I admitted to the crime. Not to mention Maida and Kinjo couldn't be beaten. Why are you smiling? Huh. Oh, you're angry, Akane. I knew that you'd be disappointed, but I'm sorry. Why? You did this because of someone like me? How can you laugh like that? How can I laugh? Akane asked, you're asking something very strange. Thanks to me, Akane is able to survive safely. Is there anything more simple than that?
Hard to know.
Oh, damn it.
In the end, I'm just an idiot who, after weighing in between dreams and bonds, have done things that shouldn't be done. Still, I'm satisfied. I could have saved at least Akane. I feel somewhat relieved. Although my dream ends here, you guys don't make the same mistakes like me. Go after the best dreams you believe in. I chose to protect my friend rather than my dream. Now, I'll say goodbye to this world. But at least I have no regrets. Don't say goodbye or end it like that. If you make it sound so ominous, that really happens.
It happens if you don't say that.
Monokuma?
Well, I understand Hato's situation, but it's taking too long. Look, if this is a game, you have to think about the person who plays it.
How did you know I've been recording for 2 hours, Monokuma?
Shut up, Monokuma. I don't know who Miss Hatano thought and what circumstances caused the murder. The important thing is the result. In the end, the fact that you killed Miss Tamori doesn't change one bit. Movies, the order has been broken. For a blackened who has broken it, inappropriate punishment is necessary.
Yes, I am to be punished. You take the sin and pay the penalty for it.
Oh, confident attitude. I don't like that. It's different from Hika-kun. But for Miss Hatano and Miss Tyra, it's whatever. In the end, the cause was that you wanted to go out, right?
Hey.
Well, I ought to know. A little while ago, you said it with your own mouth that you were conflicted because you wanted to go out.
Shut up. You were the one who created this whole situation itself. What are you saying?
What am I saying? Hey, that's stupid. If you forget the outside world, this wouldn't happen. You just need to live comfortably here, so if you want to get out, you have to go through a murder case. You should know this already.
Stop spouting him nonsense and go ahead, disgusting bear.
Fine, I won't meddle with you guys anymore. It's also because midnight already passed, so let's start. The heart racing punishment time. I've prepared a very special punishment for Ayame Hatano, the ultimate sprinter, who is the blackened of this case.
Everyone, remember to get along. No, wait a minute, Ayame-chan, please, wait. Oh, there's still so many things I haven't told you, Ayame-chan.
Let's go all out.
Ayame-chan, because of me, because of a fool like me, I stabbed someone by accident, and I didn't do any cleanup. I also just bothered you. I need this scene. Don't go, I'm going to die. All I need to do is die. Monokuma, wait.
It's punishment time.
Akane, I want you to be alive. Live. Wait. Aw. They're in love with each other. Why are her legs so long? Punishment time will begin. How's this gonna work when she can't walk?
Oh, look at my necklace. Oh, I'm on wheels. I'm a tank.
Oh, she's just gonna sit there since she can't walk.
Hurdles.
Did anyone ever play Webkins and play that game where you like have to jump over hurdles in the school? That was really fun.
Oh, I'm coming for you. Boing.
Ultimate Sprinter, dismantling sports day. Ow.
I'm jumping. Now it's your turn.
Ow. Ow.
Oh.
I'm so confused. Oh my god, she got cut in half. So she chained to Monokuma and the finish line cut her in half. Oh my god. Oh.
Did she just get shredded?
Oh my god. I was a little confused on what happened, but I think she just got like shredded by like that wood chipper looking thing. Whoa.
Yahoo! This thrilling feeling of endorphins rising. It's fantastic, Prophet.
Ayame-chan? Ayame? Ayame-chan? No! It's too much. Flesh, blood. Hard to know. No, I don't think I can hold it anymore.
Hatano was executed. So much cruelty, so mercilessly. I found myself closing my mouth to endure the vomit that had reached my throat. For her colleagues and for her best friend, Hatano willingly gave up her life. How many people can do that in the world? That was the kind of person she was. Goodbye, Hatano.
Evil, ugly. It's not a dream. How long do I have to continue this nightmare?
What's up to you guys? It's a nightmare if you guys forgot only the outside world and live in harmony and here you're happy and you don't know what to do.
You mentioned this in the first trial as well. Forget the outside world.
You keep emphasizing the words. What is the purpose? What's the reason you want from keeping us inside?
Well, I tell you that, it's a major spoiler. It might transform into a wave of protest.
Shut up, you bastard. Why do you do this to us? Why? Tell us the reason.
Wouldn't it be desperate to kill each other without knowing that?
Then let's ask something different.
The cost of entering an execution of the school is nothing but an ordinary. Absolutely impossible.
What the hell are you? Where does this organization come from?
There are a lot of things you were curious about, huh? Good. And would you like a special service? I think that you can see this school from the beginning. It was all here. I just modified it a tiny bit. I tried so hard to make you guys feel amazing despair, and you guys ignored my warnings. Truly sad.
You're so noisy. What is despair? Is it so fun to play with a person's life?
Huh? Do you think I'm just doing this simply to enjoy it? Well, it's true at some point. Although I'm actually enjoying it. You guys don't know how important all of this is. Ho ho ho, no clue at all.
What's he talking about?
Nothing you need to know. If you're curious, do your own research and find out. After all, it's written in the school rules, investigation is always free to do. Well, this was it. After enjoying a brilliant execution, I woke up because I'm feeling so worked up. But if I don't sleep, it's dangerous because I might sleep all day tomorrow. Of course, everyone did a good job. It seems to be a good despair finale, so at this point, the class trial is over. Good night!
After Monokuma disappeared, only Tyra's sobbing sound came from the trial grounds. I felt like I would go crazy too. It's an indescribable evil feeling, a feeling of despair beyond reason. It seemed like my body was being crushed by a tremendous pressure. But I cannot give up here. I have to move forward for the sake of our dead friends. Even though I thought in my head my body wouldn't move nor follow. Can we really get out of here? The second trial is over. 4 people have lost their lives. Who will be next? Is it me?
Ayumi-chan? Tyra, calm down. Everyone is sad.
It's all because of me. Hizuna-chan died because of me. Ayume-chan also died because of me. That's right, isn't it? All because of me. All because of me. It's all because of me. Reprimanding for yourself. I all too well know that it wasn't because of you, Tyra, but I just couldn't tell her anything. It's hard. It's too hard to put yourself up, but taking care of others would be a real sainthood. All we can do for Tyra is to let her cry freely without interruption. To be able to complain such different feelings with tears. It could have been me instead. It's ugly and noisy. What? Yeah, it's all because of you. I know you well enough. If you feel guilty like that, right away you'll commit suicide already.
What the fuck is wrong with him?
Hey, what did you say, Kenjo? Say it again. Oh. Oh, that's a new sprite. Oh, that is a new sprite. Okay. Okay.
It's better to get behind a bitch blackened like you. Blackened?
Kendra, are you crazy? Why are you suddenly saying all this stuff?
I hate this the most. In my true sense, a blackened is subtly convicted of innocence to avoid the law.
Blackened? You mean Tyra?
Is there anyone else who fits?
I really like that sprite. Oh my god. No.
Stop. This is bullshit. How many times has it been revealed that the stabbing Tyra did to Mori was an accident?
Is that really what you say to someone who just lost a friend after their death? An accident, of course it was. Houston Tamura started it all, however. He made the final blows, no matter the pretext, must be punished. The two who were punished and killed right. Tyra Kane, who is at the heart of this case, more than them, is alive and clean from this. Have you forgotten? Even if this woman had killed Tamori in an accident, in the class trial, Akane Tyra made a false statement to hide her crimes. What would have happened if we were caught in that lie? Isn't it terrible to imagine? Directly or indirectly, Tyra Akane almost put us all at risk. But she couldn't help it, could she? Tyra knew she was guilty, and she knew she would be executed if she told the truth. She shouldn't have done that in the first place. No matter how much of an accident it was, you think it makes sense to go and wash the blood to destroy evidence as you stab Tamori, a girl who is willing to say that they're innocent? Isn't it normal to at least support Tamori and give her first aid or call Inori as soon as possible?
They do have a point. But, okay. I don't like Akane, but she escaped so she didn't die. You know?
Please think of Tyra. The accident may have happened and a rescue might not have occurred because she was in a state of panic. No, I'm confident of this. If Tyra Akane was really the blackened, it's certain for a fact that she would try to trick us with selfish thoughts. Stop talking, Kendra, you bastard. I'm not gonna tolerate this anymore.
Hey, calm down, Koba Boxer. Get your fist down, manly boy.
You asked me to look at things objectively. What she did, it's wrong in every sense. There's still a lot to talk about, but I don't think it's the right time when everyone is on edge and confused as it is now. It's late today, so go to bed. I'll talk with you all tomorrow morning. Oh, bye. Hey, wait, dude. If you want to talk to me, then stop. Hey, you bastard. Are you gonna leave it just like that? Hey.
Why is Kendra doing this? It's like Kendra was creating a separation between us.
So, what do we do now?
Is Tyra going to recover? Losing a loved one is a very difficult feeling.
That's right. Tyra, are you okay?
I'm sorry. 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 I'm sorry.
Tyra is all good now.
Let's all rest for today. I don't feel good after a class trial. It's already late, near dawn. Go sleep. Let's do as Kurokawa suggests. Honestly, I can't afford to think right now. We'll listen to Kendra tomorrow. Today, we're going to sleep. But she had something to say after the trial, and I want to know what it was.
Okay, I feel like the more we do this, the harder we have to work. Everyone, have a good night, sleep well.
Being in such a situation is unusual in itself, but the current situation was much more than the first trial. Kinjo, who should lead everyone, seems to be getting twisted more and more, and our friends start to lose their lives one by one. What can I do at times like these? Play around with everyone and relax while learning about them? Follow my own dreams? Right now, I think it's impossible for anything to happen. I have no more power to think anymore. Let's sleep for today. I returned to my room. When I left the courtroom and returned to my dormitory, I greeted some of my friends and tried to chat a little bit. Everyone seemed to have no energy. That's no wonder. It only passed 3 or 4 hours before returning to my room, but within those 3 or 4 hours, we lost very precious things. It feels like it's been years, and then the stiff dorm bed that couldn't be comfortable is now feeling better than anything else. Tired. A desperate situation in which we tasted the despair of death of our friends and did not know whether we would be able to stand up again. What kind of despair awaits us from tomorrow? Now, I don't even think there's hope anywhere. Now, I've only passed the second class trial, but this is not the end. The despair surrounding us was approaching, involving us deeper and deeper.
I'm in jail. Help me, I'm in a cage. Hey, hello, I don't know if you're comfortable. Don't you feel uncomfortable? Oh, would it be weird if you're tied? It would be weird if you're tied up in public like this, but if you're comfortable, no way. If it is comfortable, you're a true maso, but you are. You're not, right? Oh well, I came to bring the meal again today. Your appearance is still there, so take good care of your health until then. Oh, by the way, I would have thought that you would be led like this. I'm really sorry for being like this and having to lock you up. In fact, it would be nice if I let everyone stay with you too. Your body's one that cannot age, isn't it?
What?
Still haughty, huh? I like it. It'll be alright when your turn comes. By the time, how many people will survive? Huh? What? Oh, I get you. It's because that woman you love is still alive. There's nothing to worry about. I'll go there then, because if I'm not watching, I don't know what those guys will try to pull, so see you next time.
What? Oh my god, it's her, Makuro Ikasaba, the 16th student. Remember the first game, how many times they said that? Like, they kept showing that, like, one CG of Kirigiri, like, moving, and they'd go, Makuro Ikasaba, the 16th student. Oh, now we're down to 11. Wah, wah, wah. Alright, so, I think this is the perfect place to stop. Although, honestly, I'm probably gonna get to a save point. So, actually, let's go a little bit further. Okay, yeah. Sorry, here. Okay, yeah, this is where I'm going to leave it here. That was an interesting trial, definitely. I like that I was right about some stuff, and I still don't really understand what happened in Akane's execution. Not Akane, Ayame's execution. So if like anyone had like a more clear idea of what happened, I have to go back and rewatch that because I was a little confused by it, but it seemed very painful. If you could tell me what happened, and also please let me know if there's someone with an ability that helps with the panic talk action minigame, because that one was really hard for me for no reason. And I will literally go out of my way to max that person out just so I have an easier time with it. Okay, that's gonna be all. Thank you so much for watching. Go ahead and leave a comment if you want to. I do read all of them, and I try my best to respond to all of them. And subscribe if you haven't. I really do appreciate it, and it does help me out. And I will see you in the next episode at the start of chapter 3. Later.